Hello! Today we are weaving an oval bottom. An oval shape is a popular option for root woven items. That's why I'd like to devote the following few masterclasses to the way I weave oval bottoms. Or, to be more precise, different options of weaving it. Previously, while weaving oval shapes, I'd never given a thorough thought to the way an oval should be woven. I used to just make additional coils where the intervals between the coils seemed too large to me, because I dislike loose weaving. So I used to add coils when I noticed that the intervals were becoming too big, as a rule on the turns. However, after my latest masterclass, I was asked how to weave an oval bottom neatly to make it nice and smooth looking. I gave this question a thorough thinking. The result of the thinking gave birth to a few masterclasses, so today I introduce you the first one. Today we are going to weave a bottom in the most traditional way. I've united two tubes and I'm preparing the base for the bottom. I've got 3 layers. Let's start entwining them. Zap and continue wrapping. I've united 2 tubes from the very beginning, so it may look somewhat strange. But I won't be distracted by the necessity to lengthen the tube afterwards. Be very careful, smoothen the joint and continue. Reach the end and perform a regular turn. 1, 2, 3. The first row, as usual, requires a bit more efforts. Because you have to squeeze the working tube through. Let me draw your attention to the following point. While uniting the 3 tubes of the base, I didn't press them tightly on purpose. That's why now I add the second tube and continue hugging 2 tubes at a time. As you can see, this way I tighten the tube. If I had pressed the tubes from the very beginning, it would complicate my current working process. Lengthen the tube neatly. And continue until the end of the row. Smoothen the coils. Here is a joint, so try your best to be very careful here. My tubes have cracked a bit. Today I have moistened them to prepare for working. Wrap them with polyethylene and left them in the sunlight. However, the day was hot, so the sun has done its part. The tubes have stuck together. I'd never faced a problem like this before. But you live and learn. Every time you encounter new weather conditions or just new storage conditions, and the tubes behave differently. So we all continue learning from our experience. The tubes are very convenient to weave, but the surface has suffered a bit. So let's lengthen and continue weaving until the turn. I've reached the turn. 1, 2, 3. I still have to weave a half row more. I'm still weaving the very first row, the one I weave using the technique of grabbing every loop. Continue weaving this way until the end of the row. Don't pull the loops too tight to ensure the further process will be more comfortable than the first row. Reach the turn and repeat once again. 1 coil, 2, 3. This is the way I usually perform a turn in the first rows. And lead through the first loop. So the first row has been finished. Now I start the second row in the normal weaving technique. The peculiarities are waiting for us on the turn. Until the turn, you weave grabbing every loop. As you can see, the second row is much easier to weave, because by not pulling the loops too tight, I have set the stage for comfortable weaving of the second row. This way. We've got a separate video on how to lengthen the tube so that the joint was unseen. You'll see the link on the screen. And continue. Lengthen the poles of the base and weave until the turn. It is where we'll face some more peculiarities. On the turn, I try to make 4 coils in the same point. 1, 2. Let's lengthen. Well, actually, the number of the coils doesn't matter much. The essence is to have identical number of coils from both sides. I've tried making 4 coils and I like the result. I've already made 2, 3, and the fourth one. Reach the turn and again I make 4 coils, ensuring they are symmetric to the opposite side. One, 2, 3, lengthen, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. After which the weaving goes straight, and here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and continue weaving straight. Start the third row. Again, I weave with no peculiarities until the turn. On the turn I'll tell you what the peculiarities are. So I've reached the turn, where I lead 2 coils through every other loop. Notice please, not through every loop, but through every second loop. Here I've made 2 coils in one interval, then I make 1 coil, lengthen, make 2 coils again, be very careful. The next interval, 1 coil, smoothen while weaving, and make 2 coils here again. After this, I'm going to continue weaving in a regular way. Let's count and remember how many times I've made double coils. 1, 2, 3. At this stage I've made double stitches 3 times. So I have to make the opposite side symmetric by making 3 double coils as well, in every second interval. So this is the first side. From the opposite side I've got 1, 2, 3 double stitches. Now start weaving the next row. In the next row I'm not going to make any additional coils. In the next row I'm going to weave through every loop. I make such add-ons in every second row. So I'm weaving the 5th row, where I make 4 double coils. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the same way I make it from the opposite side. I make double stitches in every other interval 4 times. A double coil, a single one, again, double, single, double, single. Let's count 1, 2, 3. I have to make 1 more single and 1 more double stitch. Now I'm weaving the 5th row. As for the next row, the 6th one, I'm going to weave it through every loop. So the 10 rows have been woven. As a result I've got such an oval bottom. Let me repeat the way I make add-ons once again. In every second row I lead a double coil through every second loop. As a result, I have woven 10 rows I'm going to weave one more row, the 11th one. But take a look, please. Here I've got the coils rather dense compared to the lateral part. That's why I'll weave the next row with no additions, and it is where I'll complete the bottom. So even though I've woven the 10th row with no add-ons, I see that the coils are distributed unevenly. That's why I'm going to weave one more row with no additional stitches. After this, I'll start weaving the sides. What I mean is that was a general principle, but if you see that you need to enlarge the intervals between the coils, you can weave a row or two with no add-ons. If you need a larger bottom, you continue in the same way. So this was the first option of the oval bottom, the one like this.